Have you ever imagined a world where air pollution simply disappears? Where giant machines work as artificial lungs for the planet, cleaning our atmosphere? This isn't science fiction. It's the reality of carbon capture technology, one of our most powerful weapons in the fight against climate change. At a time when our civilization faces its greatest environmental challenge, scientists and engineers worldwide are developing revolutionary solutions that seem straight out of futuristic movies. But unlike movies, these technologies already exist and are working right now as you watch this video. The numbers are alarming. We currently release more than 36 billion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere every year. To put this in context, that's equivalent to the weight of 100 million Boeing 747 aircraft. But here's the hopeful part of this story. We already have the technology to start reversing this scenario. Let's dive into the fascinating world of carbon capture. Imagine technology so efficient it can suck CO2 directly from the air, like a giant vacuum cleaner for the atmosphere. Direct air capture (DAC) plants are already a reality in countries like Iceland, Switzerland, and the United States. The largest one, called Orca and located in Iceland, can remove 4,000 tons of CO2 per year, equivalent to the pollution generated by 870 cars. But how does it work? The process is simply ingenious. Large fans pull ambient air through special filters, impregnated with chemicals that selectively bind to CO2. When these filters become saturated, they're heated, releasing the concentrated CO2, which can then be permanently stored in underground rock formations, or even more interestingly, be transformed into useful products. And here's one of the most fascinating parts. Scientists have discovered ways to transform this captured CO2 into everyday products. It's already possible to create synthetic fuels, building materials, and even diamonds. Yes, you heard that right. Diamonds made from carbon that previously polluted our atmosphere. But the revolution doesn't stop there. While some technologies remove already emitted carbon, others are completely changing how we produce materials, preventing new emissions. Did you know there are already alternatives to concrete that absorb CO2 during their production instead of emitting it? Or that scientists have developed a material stronger than steel, but made entirely from wood? In laboratories around the world, researchers are developing materials that seem to defy the laws of physics. Transparent wood, for example, is 5 times stronger than regular glass and could revolutionize civil construction. Imagine entire buildings made with materials that sequester carbon instead of emitting it. And what about next-generation bioplastics? Developed from algae and agricultural waste, these materials are not only biodegradable, but also absorb CO2 during their production. But perhaps the biggest revolution is happening in the field of smart materials. Imagine fabrics that adapt to ambient temperature, reducing the need for air conditioning, or paints that absorb air pollutants. These technologies already exist and are being perfected every day. The potential impact of these technologies is impressive. Studies indicate that, if implemented on a large scale, carbon capture technologies could remove up to 10 billion tons of CO2 per year by 2050. That represents approximately 1/3 of current global emissions. And the most exciting part is that this is happening right now. In Sweden, a steel mill is already producing steel without using fossil fuels, using green hydrogen instead. In Morocco, one of the world's largest solar plants is generating clean energy for millions of people. In Singapore, skyscrapers covered in vertical gardens not only absorb CO2, but also produce food for the local population. Imagine a future where our cities are true air cleaning machines, where every building, every street, every material used in construction actively works to reduce the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, where one industry's waste is another's raw material, creating a perfectly sustainable cycle. This future is being built now by scientists and engineers who dedicate their lives to finding solutions to the climate crisis. And the most interesting thing is that many of these solutions are inspired by nature itself. After all, what better example of sustainability could we have than natural ecosystems themselves? But here's the most important part of this story. The success of these technologies depends on each of us, on our daily choices, our willingness to adopt new habits, and support sustainable initiatives. Technology is just a tool. Real change begins with people. What do you think about these revolutionary technologies? How do you imagine they might impact your life in the coming years? Leave your comment below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content about innovations that are changing our world. If you were impressed by these technologies, share this video with your friends and help spread knowledge about solutions that can save our planet. Hit the bell icon to never miss our upcoming videos about revolutionary technologies.